How do university graduates not afford to live? Where does the money go? If you spend £15,000 per year, that's about £1,250 per month. Depending on location, rent alone can be more than what you're spending, even for a small apartment. So yes, you're quite lucky to have such minimal expenses. Cost of rent in some areas have gotten crazy. Pair that with paying off a car or something and you're not left with much cash. Once kids are in the mix, it's a money sink. Employers pay as little as they can and generally demand experience, which graduates do not have, so they end up taking jobs that are not in their field or taking very low wages to gain entry. Toss in loans to pay back and it gets very hard to make ends meet without taking into account everything that happens in life that will kick you where you are down. Degrees don't guarantee anything these days, and luck plays a big part. Have to be in the right place at the right time these days, it seems. I read the title and typed out a whole paragraph. Then I saw pound and immediately understood and put down my pitchfork. Lol. My wage is roughly £25,000 pa. Before taxes, rent, food, car and other expenses take up most of my money, like repaying university debt, loan from parents. I currently have no savings. However, I love my job. You're right, you do sound ignorant. Even as an engineer, I'd be very surprised if you start off on £34,000. You're about to have a shock what graduates get paid. Bro's skull. I'm lucky my rent is $850 because I live in a low-cost area. However, groceries and taxes are so FC king high. If I get the job I just interviewed for, I'll make $23,000. Gross $28,000 USD after taxes. That's enough for rent, bills, groceries, and hopefully car insurance. I want to put some into savings. I'm also a college student, but only because I got scholarships. Otherwise I wouldn't be going at all. I mean, life happens, especially here in the States. Just pray a crippling medical bill or kid doesn't come your way. For an engineering grad, you seem to be ignoring that you're talking about averages, and so half are on under that figure. Personally, I graduated like 10 years ago and just now at low 20K. And most those years was unemployed or working for min wage or very close to it. Simply there aren't the job opportunities to meet the amount of people getting degrees, and even less if you're outside a main city. Medical bills for me, sad face. I was paid $1,000 per month during the academic year during my PhD in the US. After paying university fees, $500 per semester, and $700 per month in rent, money was very tight. The UK seems to be more reasonable. The money goes to loans. I pay roughly the same amount in student loans per month as I do in rent. That plus sluggish wages, even for jobs that require a bachelor's, make budgets tight. Your monthly spending in total is less than my one-bedroom apartment costs in rent per month. That's how. By the sounds of things, you live with a partner and no kids. Is the $15,000 per year yours alone, or both you and your partner included? If you don't mind, where is it you live? At least area-wise. A 40-hour job at minimum wage with higher education or not comes to roughly £20,000 a year. You're more likely to hear from people below that line because they will be a vocal minority. I have a master's degree, got a job in my field, and I own a house with a good mortgage rate, and yet I'm still struggling to buy a car. This is what happens when you're sheltered your whole life. Where do you live? That makes a huge difference. The average rent in Glasgow for a one-bed is £800 plus council tax £160,200 depending on location plus average gas and electric £120. London is much higher. Not sure what you are talking about, to be honest. Seems like you either live in a tiny town or you're lying. Probing for info why your son, daughter should be able to afford to live on their meager starter salary and trying to justify an impending argument position on why they don't need your help. I'm going with the latter. Your annual expenditure is £2,500 less than my annual rent total. £34k is a very high starting salary for a grad. Not sure where you get the average quoted above, but I think nationally it's much closer to 20-25k max. Factor in rent. Most people won't house share. Tax, gas, electric, gas, TV license, student loan, water, sewerage, mobile, landline and internet. Quite a few jobs will need this as well. Insurance, car insurance, petrol, food, council tax, any union fees, any streaming services, etc. You'd be surprised how fast a lot of it goes to bills. That's ignoring more luxury payments like other subscriptions, gym, etc. Like other people have said here, it quickly goes and most people live to their means. Add any savings in here and that's a chunk more gone too. Being a college, uni grad doesn't guarantee you're making a ton of money. And schooling usually comes with loans that have to be paid back. And living expenses are typically much higher than yours, depending on location.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.